Now, it's been a few days since this game happened, and
I'm still salty as fuck.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
this shit has started. I'm Chip,
I'm Cern.
and you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or possibly for the very first time.
Maybe.
This is this is
Never
a
know.
possibility.
Well, there was two ways. If diehards of the Chip and Cern Show, the Cerny Sluts and the Chipmunks, I was getting communiques multiple times this week, and I quote, "For a as devoted listener to the Chip and Cern Show as I am, I can't believe I listen because all the Niner shit you guys are talking all the time." Which I said, hey, this is what you come for, right?
Yeah.
Come for a different point of view, and you have the Seahawks, the bandwagon Seahawks fan, and then Cern, the diehard. Lifetime.
It makes a good. So you can't have a good movie without a good enemy.
Yeah, someone's got to
or a
turn
good
heel.
bad guy or a good antagonist.
Someone's got to
Fuck the Niners. Fuck the Niners.
So, Cerny, I was unable to communicate with you after a certain period of time on Sunday. It seemed that your phone
was tossed across the room, and I was upset.
Was it a mistake?
Might as well have been. 17 to 3.5.
Oh,
McVay was like fucking 50-0 or some shit, undefeated with taking the lead at half with a large lead, and the Rams were rolling.
they were
I was
just
riding high.
And Joe was over, so that actually happened then.
Oh, he was over. He was over.
Now, was he
And
there for kickoff? Did he bring wings or nachos or just a 30 rack of Coors?
He was there early. We were there. He was there early. He was there at 10 a.m.
What kickoff was like 120?
Fucking yeah, 120. He was there. He was there for. So there's a. So Stat Boy Dana. So Stat Boy Dana. Maybe we'll break the news. So he's expecting baby number 2.
Oh,
So
congrats.
my wife and Joe's wife were put into planning. They were planning the baby shower or sprinkle or whatever the fuck they call it today. So
Sprinkle?
it's I don't know. It's like a baby shower, but if it's your second, it's called a sprinkle. I don't know. I was being told, and I was like, okay,
I've never heard
I'm not in charge of that, so I don't care.
When I hear
I didn't
sprinkle, it's
care.
like,
You know what? It was a big game ahead of me. I didn't care.
you were focused on other things.
Yes.
Frankly,
Even though I'm not even fucking playing.
and the baby shower we're not even invited to, really.
No, not invited.
It's
Although I did catch wind of it. I'm not invited, but it may be held at my house potentially.
hold on.
I know.
Now,
Cern's footing the bill for this whole thing.
Oh, no, you
He's not
gotta
even invited.
Are you sending out invoices to all the attendees to
I might. And anybody last name Cahill is going to get a fucking invoice as of today.
plus
Dana's
some
getting one too.
discretionary fees? Before we get into the Rams thing about the baby shower situation, I have two babies, not me personally, but I have 2 kids. You have multiple.
Mhm.
Do we really need the co-ed baby shower?
No.
I'm not saying you have the bandmen, but I'm saying most husbands or partners, male partners, probably don't really want to be there. Maybe the dad.
It's a lot of gifts and stuff. It's just like in the games. It's just like they have these weird games and stuff. I mean, they're not weird. They're just not something that I would want to play.
Yeah,
So it's like
let's drink stuff out of a bottle or let's wipe.
yeah, it's like baby animal names. Like I don't know. So my brother just had one baby shower this year. Last year, 2021.
Yeah,
at our house. We did that
you're
one.
quite the host, Cerny.
I know. So
was it a co-ed?
no. Oh no, we were voted out of there. But we were booted. And plus my dad was, my dad is now, and it was in that circle. So he said, I'm not fucking staying here. So we left. We went to Top Golf, actually. We played
nice.
Top Golf.
I think that's a perfect thing. If you want to be at the baby shower, go for it. And if you're a guy, you want to be there, I'm sure you'll have lots of fun.
Do whatever. Because there actually was, I think there was guys there, I think, from what I hear.
But if you'd rather go hit Top Golf and go slug a couple beers with your buddies.
Yeah. I took the boys, Jeffrey and Zach.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they didn't slug beers, but I slugged beers for them.
They could drive you home.
My dad went. We had some little Top Golf action.
Nice. And Top Golf Roseville.
Yeah. I think that's the only one around.
That's the only one, yeah.
There's Las Vegas, and the next closest one.
Yeah.
But so they were planning because they're co-planner. Who fucking knows?
I don't know. They have different titles for planning.
They're like I guess they're working together. To plan this thing.
Cool. Co-hosts, I guess.
Co-hosts, yeah. So
we know something about that.
So they'd come over to plan it, and then Joe came over to bust my fucking balls about the fucking Niners.
Now, was Joe sweating before?
Oh yeah, he was pissed. He was like saying, "Let's go Falcons." Fucking, he was hating on Jimmy G, and then the second half came around. Flipped the script, loving it, clapping,
all about it,
clapping. Oh my god, telling me how Tebow is the fucking. Is the shit.
Everyone's the best player, best quarterback, the next Joe Montana. Starting back up with this rhetoric.
And then Dana was texting him.
Oh,
it started to get out of control. Then the Rams went up with like 2 minutes left. Rams went up. They scored. They were up by 7 with 2 minutes left. And then they fucking let him back in the game. Oh my God. Then it was just wild from there.
That's the summary of the football game.
That's the summary, because then it started getting blurry.
I know I've watched many of sports events with you, Cerny. I'm not saying you don't talk shit, but I know the sort of the heat that Joe and Dana bring to a rivalry like this.
And it's not just, for me, it's not just Joe and Dana. It's like every other friend besides Chipper or James is bringing the heat, because we live in Niner country.
The Niner country.
And they bring it heavily. This is why, go back to just pick a Chip and Cern. I'm sure I've hated before, but just go back, because this is why I hate the Niners. And this goes back from when I was like 6 fucking years old in a grocery store, and adults were calling the lambs and shit.
Talking shit to you when you're a fucking toddler.
That's why I hate it. I hate it. I can never root for them. I say I will never root for the Niners. I mean, they're playing the Cowboys this weekend. I hate the Cowboys. But I have to root for them, because my dad's like, my dad's like, I will never root for the Cowboys. It's like, I can't root for the Niners. I will never root for the Niners. I said, here's my nightmare. He's like, what? I said, the Rams win. Okay, that'll be a good thing. And the Niners win. So the Niners would go to Green Bay, and the Rams would go to Tampa Bay. I said, then the Rams choke it, and the Niners win. Then I have a fucking Brady Niner face-off.
Oh,
that would be
brutal.
I would hope for football canceled. Cancel it.
The whole stadium gets COVID. At this rate,
Roger Goodell was groping young ladies, and they canceled football altogether. Fuck it. That's it. That'd be it.
Canceled the sport. The sport's been canceled. You thought Gruden's emails.
I couldn't even do it. Yeah, Gruden was bad. Goodell was
Yes. So Joe was there. He was probably squirming more in the first half.
Yeah, but then
probably pretty quiet. Not too much,
riding high. Oh my God, he was riding high. Yeah, he was quiet, and then he was riding high.
Now
my brother called me at the end of the game.
Oh boy!
And like, hey, I know Joe's there. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, serious question. I was like, what? Because he called me when it was like getting tense. And Joe was like chirping his shit in the background. And then he called me again. He's like, serious question. He's like, do we need to bury Joe somewhere?
Did you murder him?
We might have to. Fuck, I might murder his ass
with a knife that says knife on it.
Yeah. If Snapboy was there, we would have buried a body.
Now that I would not have blamed you because Dana, I feel like on the shit talking, he's always on full court press.
Full court press. Troll is on 100%.
Yeah.
He just cranks up the whole time.
And the way the text came in after the game, you would honestly thought that the Niners had won the Super Bowl. That's how excited and much shit talking there was going. But this is just a regular season game.
Yeah.
Granted, they did make it into the playoffs with the win.
If the Rams would have won, they would have been out because the Saints won.
And the Seahawks won as well. So the Rams got the division?
Yes. So the Seahawks did the Rams a favor.
Oh, there you go.
So if the Niners lose any of these games,
they're
out.
I'm
gonna text so much my fingers will be stumps. I'll be missing a finger. Next time you see me like, Cern, you're missing a finger. Like I was texting so much shit to Dana and every Niner fan that I ground my finger down to a stump.
You're gonna have to. You need to go on Fiverr to like hire somebody to write you a script that you could just copy and paste over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah. That's it. Oh. I may have to I have it on my computer. But you link your phone up to your computer.
Oh yeah.
Like much smoke will be coming off the keyboard. Smoke will be coming off the keyboard.
E's are shooting off. Ping, 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 shooting off. There's so much. The springs are busting. Now it's been a few days since this game happened, and
I'm still salty as fuck.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The game, I turned it on around the second half, and that's the most football that I've watched the whole year, mind you. And the Rams did not look very sharp. It was
in the first half. They were sharp as shit.
They were
rolling. I was like,
the tale of two games. Yeah. Was the tale of two games.
And then the second half, I was like, fuck.
Well, Cerny, I thought about doing this, but I decided against it. And we have a hard time booking Joe on this show.
Oh.
So I thought, what if I sidebar Joe and Dana text and said, here's when we're recording tonight, boys. Just pop in. We can have a nice little conversation about the game.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Joe, I can do. Joe and I can go with it. If Dana came on, I think I would like, this would be the Chip Show from here on out.
Click. Be gone. I knew it would be a great time. It would be very entertaining for everyone, but I don't know if I couldn't see.
I'm too salty. Especially when Dana keeps fucking texting it. It's just
oh my god.
It's just pissing me off.
And then
I'm not gonna give him I know he doesn't listen, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give him the you're right, because like when he said breaking news, McVay is Shanahan's McVay's daddy.
Has a claim on the taxes or something.
Yeah. Some stupid shit. Stupid shit. I told Chip, I was like, I had old news. Dana, you're still a bitch. But I deleted it. I had it typed out, Dana, you're a bitch. But I was like, no. It's only gonna add kerosene to his fire. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. He's one of those people that if you don't engage with the troll will find someone else to troll.
Yeah, he goes back under his bridge.
Just what your parents told you, like if there was a bully at middle school, just don't pay attention. I'm like, well, that's easy for you to say.
It's pretty tough. I mean,
you're not going to keep up in a recess. But pretty tough. When you're an adult, you have a little bit more ability to do that. But it is hard. It is.
Every time I'm like, oh, okay.
Dana does owe me for the Bryce Harper MVP, though.
Okay, and you know what? I was quiet on that one, but Dana, it was $100. You fucking
was
said
it $100?
It was 100. He said 100. He bet 100, not 20. He's copping out. It's 100. I didn't say anything, but it's 100.
It's time to collect.
Mm-hmm. He said 20, but I said no. It was 100 because he was so sure that he will never win it again.
And you know what? I'm fine admitting this because again, Dana's not listening. I'm not a fan of Bryce Harper anymore. I turned heel for me, and I want absolutely nothing to do with him. Is he a good baseball player? Yes. I wouldn't make any wagers in his behalf again. I'll just say that. But I will collect my $100 from Dana plus interest.
I mean, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. You did place when you were a fan, but
yes,
since
I still can collect. I'm certainly allowed to collect.
And you know what? I don't think I've never been a huge fan, but even so now, it's like, I don't know. His play is, for me, it's like,
It is. It's very. I think everyone's expecting so much more of him.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you're batting 278. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, like
okay. It's like everybody else.
Yeah, some 40 something bombs or whatever. But yeah, But anyway, okay. So the Rams are still in the playoffs.
They are. They are the 4 seed.
They won the division.
They play the Cardinals on Monday. So it's just playoff football. So we have football on Saturday, Sunday, and they're the only game on Monday.
Wow.
I told my brother because he called me. He was telling me. so little sneak peek. So he had called my dad. So the Raiders needed to beat the Steelers. The Chargers. I'm sorry.
Chargers, yeah.
The Chargers. They had to play the Chargers. So they needed to beat the Chargers to get
tie, right?
Or tie at that point in time because the Colts had lost. Because the Colts had lost. Because so if they had a tie, it would have won. So anyway, so they were actually beating the shit out of them earlier in the game. I had flipped it on. So I was so pissed. I went into I don't even want to look at it. So, but then I had flipped on. So I was like, oh, let me just take a look at football. I was upset.
Well, you're going to get triggered because they're going to cut. Oh my God! You the end of this game, and they're going to cut clips.
Overtime victory, and it was just going to be. I was like, I don't even watch.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
So they were whooping them, and then I'd come back and I was like, oh shit, it's a close game. So my brother would call me and tell me, he's like, so Dad was ahead of me on my feed, so I was trying to call him to get the live action, and he said, okay, the Chargers. He snaps the ball and he throws it. Touchdown. That's all he said. And then James was like, what? Are you being serious? I guess he got quiet. He's like, another fucking touchdown. He in the phone.
He lost it.
Yeah, he got pissed. He just said it and he was boiling,
it wasn't processing yet. He just was repeating what he saw.
I think he was trying to be calm, but then he was upset. So I think they had tied the game and then whatnot. They ended up actually winning because of the Chargers. So I don't know if you saw it. You probably didn't.
I heard the game finished in a wild way.
They went overtime.
Okay.
And it was the kicker missed a field goal and
oh fuck.
So then it was this whole shit. And the Raiders were kind of driving, but they weren't in field goal range. And the time was running out in overtime. So I mean, I thought they're actually going to fucking end in a tie. I was like, holy shit! This
because you only play the one overtime.
Yeah,
in the regular season.
Yeah, playoffs you go till this winter, but this one it's I was like, holy shit! They're going to end in a tie, and I guess the Raiders were willing to just run the clock out,
just take a knee or whatever.
They had run the ball and the clock was running. They're like, okay, but the Chargers called a timeout to try to get their run defense on. And the Raiders were set up, ran the ball, got the first down. And then pushed him into field goal range. They waited for 3 seconds, called the timeout, kicked the field goal, boom, game.
Heartbreaker.
So, so he had called me and was telling me oh,
yeah,
the Raiders for some. Dad was pretty upset. I was like, and then it was joyous. So now we have 2 games on Saturday. I think the Raiders and the Bengals play at 1:30. And then the Patriots and the Bills play at 5:30 or something like that on Saturday.
A whole weekend of football then.
Yeah. Of course, I got to wait till Monday for the Rams.
It's going to be.
I told my brother, I said, okay, listen here. He's like, what? I was like, here'll be the worst. The Niners win. And the Rams win. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah. It's the next weekend. With Tom Brady and the Niners, I'm going to take up smoking. I'm going to chain smoke like a motherfucker.
Just go in, you'd be like, what is your most popular Marlboro Reds, I guess?
I know. I don't really smoke. Can you tell me what has the biggest punch?
I'm trying to get lung cancer.
Give me the Juul tool while I'm taking a break from my cigarette. I need a Juul. Fuck it.
Give me 4 joules. I'm gonna tape them together and hit it with a flick of cigar.
I said, and then guess what? He's like, what? I was like, if the Rams win, he's like, yeah. I said, and the Niners win. I said, I might start doing heroin.
Stepping up to heroin. Wow.
Yeah. I'm going big time. If for the championship game playing the Niners, I would be chasing the dragon big time.
But that could be that much sweeter to defeat them in play.
Oh yeah, that would be. I'd probably put us on.
But you would get I feel like you would have a stomach ulcer after, like the nerves. It would just wreck you.
Yeah, I think I would be throwing up in the front yard. Like, are you drunk? No, I'm just nervous.
You get an HOA violation.
Partying too hard. I'm like, I wasn't even drunk.
Speaking of HOA violations, we don't have an HOA here, but I couldn't help but think of you. We're finally to a place on a recycling. Now we're 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas to where the recycling is we're at a normal levels have returned to normal, but the garbage. The lid was like at a 90-degree angle to where the basket is there's like styrofoam sticking out, bags of stuff, and then I'll find a piece of trash. And I'll like wad it up as small as I can, or I'll like, you remember how
you the crack and you try to wedge it in there?
Exactly. Remember the Play-Doh when you were a kid and you would like make it into a snake? So you'll take whatever trash and you'll try to find it and just put it right into a little Tetris hole, or I'll just walk across to my neighbors. I've been doing that a lot more, but I feel like they're watching me. It could just be paranoia, but I'm not sure.
It could be paranoia, but I've heard stories of people that have found dumpsters and have thrown trash in said dumpsters.
Like a special, I heard about this, like a Trader Joe's or anywhere with a commercial size,
a local school.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere with those.
And then their wife sends them a picture of all the trash.
You said,
who does this? They're like, I don't know, monsters. Yeah, fucking monsters.
Not outside of our community for sure. This is
it's not Jim's. I don't know.
You do have to make sure if you are doing anything nefarious with your recycling that nothing has a label on it. I've heard this person does go through and peel off all the labels. That's what if I'm disposing of it in places that I don't want to trace back, I'm ripping.
I'm not putting a fingerprint on that thing.
No. And you know what doesn't work is the Sharpie, the cross out.
No, I tear. I don't seriously. That person tears it right off.
Just take it down, or you fire up the planer. Maybe just shave off one.
Blow a torch and burn the label.
Okay, so we got a lot of football this weekend. We also have baseball. Is still the strike thing is happening still, but
it's still lockout. Yeah,
there has been no. I guess it's not a strike; it's a lockout. Technically, okay. I'll stop.
Yeah, because they're not working, so it's not a strike yet.
I guess if the lockout was happening and it was May, because that would be a strike.
That'd be a strike. Yeah. Okay. A work stoppage.
A work stoppage. Okay. They haven't had any talks. They being the players' union.
Eerily silent.
It's been. I've been a little concerned.
I mean, it was like once they remember, it was like okay,
like the early December.
Yeah, at midnight or whatever it was. If we can't get to agreement, it's a lockout. You heard nothing. The MLB.com like expunged.
Dude, that was
current player. That was crazy.
That was good.
I was like, holy shit.
They must have a kill switch button on their back end that they just.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously prepared for that.
They were.
They expunged any kind of current player or team stat or anything, and then that was it. That was the last thing you really heard. It was like okay. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. But the weirdest,
we didn't even know if Verlander was still on a team, like because he had signed with the Astros, remember? But then it was like,
oh yeah,
he wasn't on the roster, and it was like, well what the fuck?
He's like, I just got to make sure they know where to send the checks.
Yeah.
He's still with Kate Upton?
I think so.
Oh man,
so he's still winning.
He's never losing. If you're with Kate Upton, I don't think you're ever losing.
No.
Yeah. I haven't heard much of her lately. She was a real she was a real feature for a while there.
Oh yeah, back in our.
But I don't know. Maybe I need to follow her on Instagram. Do you think she's following the Chip and Cern show?
I mean, I'm gonna guess probably not, but it's a possibility.
Yes, tell me there's a chance.
Tell me there's.
Now the new Boba Fett show is out on It is about Star Wars, but it's on Disney Plus.
Have you seen it?
I've watched the first episode.
What'd you think?
I thought it was good. He seems really old to me. I don't know.
He did seem old, but
I get, that's kind of the part of the story, I guess, too.
Yeah, I think for me, as I saw the same thing, I was like, oh, he's old as fuck. But I was like thinking about it, I was like, well, I guess they have to kind of keep him old because if you follow the timeline from like when he was a kid and his dad got his head cut off, I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's got to be, I don't know. I mean, I have other friends who are more into the, Star Wars, multiverse and all this stuff that could probably tell me exactly.
I mean, he was a kid when, Darth Vader was, still running around with no suit. So.
Oh, right. Because his dad died in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. He got his head chopped off by like Mace Windu or some shit like that. So, I mean, I don't know. Sam Jackson. I can't remember. Don't peg me to it, but I think that's who got his ass.
Got him?
Maybe it was Yoda. I don't know. Somebody one of the Jedi's cut Jango Fett's head off. And so I was like, okay. I was like, well, I guess that makes sense because like, Luke was like, he had to be like 30 years old when he took down
Vader.
Vader and at that point in time it was Boba Fett, not Boba Fett. I'm sorry, Jabba the Hutt. So it was like,
Jabba, yes.
So it's like, okay, well he's
Princess Leia took Jabba the Hutt out.
Yeah,
choked his ass out.
The same time. Well, that's at that point in time when Luke swung his lightsaber back and chopped Boba Fett's rocket, and he fell into the sandworm. And
yes,
I was like, he had to be like 30 at that point. So let's just say his Darth Vader's dad chopped his goddamn dad's head off when he was like 25 or 30.
So he's up there. He's in his
he's got to be in his
50s,
late 40s or 50s. Yeah, that sounds like seems about right. So I did think the same thing. I was like, hey, he's old as fuck. Get out of here. But I was like,
I need to get myself one of those regeneration tanks. Get me to my tank. Get me to my chambers.
Chip and Cern, 205 years old. Like, bring us to the tank before we pod. No sponsors yet, but
well, we spent $300,000 on this tank to regenerate us, and Chipper's trying to turn into a giant bong.
Oh well, then I'm in.
Like one rip, and you go in, or you could hotbox the tank.
Or it's like the one like, okay, so I'll hit off a Chip's tank. Cern will hit off or Chip will hit off Cern's tank.
Yeah, we'll just have tubes going around and everything. I liked it. I thought the scene where spoiler if you haven't seen the Boba Fett thing, I don't know, tune off or whatever. How they open with Boba Fett in the sandworm's innards.
Yeah, that's great. I was like, okay.
I was like, that's kind of cool.
I'm in because I was like, when I was like, are they going to do it in between his death or what the fuck are they? I couldn't figure out how they were going to do it. But then when I saw him inside, I was like, okay, I could deal with that.
Yeah. And it was pretty, he just punched through, turned on his flamethrower. That'll get you out of there quick.
Yeah. I thought, I watched the second one.
Okay.
I thought the first one was better than the second one. The second one started out strong, and then I was like, kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, I thought it was okay.
I didn't think it was I wasn't as hooked as I was when I was watching The Mandalorian. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. It does, like, I get they're setting up the characters.
Mm-hmm.
The back and forth is sometimes when we do too much, it kind of jarring for me.
Yeah.
From like present to like, I'm gonna do a a past, reflection of myself.
Oh, the time hopping. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's fine. I understand it, but it's like, okay, but I would like to stay in the present. Like, okay, you got it out, and you got picked up by the Sand People or the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
So, but now you're filling in for Jabba. So that's what I'm more interested in than the past.
Yeah. Than how you got to being inside that worm's stomach, or
out,
yeah, or the Jaw was stealing your fucking Mandalorian armor.
I'm out. I'm out of that.
Scavengers, and then the assassins try to get Boba Fett, but that was no match.
I mean, fortunately, the lady,
she came through in a big way for him.
Yeah.
So did those.
Yes, me. Yeah. Oh yeah, the pig guys. If you ask me, that lady should be the boss. Boba can answer to her ass.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what.
She seems to know more of the shit than he does.
Yeah,
I was like, she's always like, she always calls it out, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it." I was like, "Please listen to her ass. She seems to know more than you. Shut the fuck up, dude."
It did seem that she had a better handle on how to run sort of the ring.
Yeah.
Plus, they lost out on those sweet coins. Change that he dropped.
Yeah, I know.
The assassins were after him.
Should have pocketed it first.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a good money storage thing on that Mandalorian suit.
I know. I think like if I'm a bounty hunter and I collect coins or I kill people for money, I have a sweet ass spot where I'm gonna keep my cash.
Yeah, like a vault thing. Remember what the old like meter maids would have, those little where it would a quarter and you could press it like click, click, click. You click 3 times and 3 quarters would come out, and they have changed. And you wear it on your belt, like an old school bank teller would have.
Yeah,
you should have one of those, like
or like the hot dog vendor.
Yeah. So he's just taking. He's like, "Oh, thank you for your payment." All right, and he's just loading it in his hopper here. That'd be pretty good. Do you think he takes it to Coinstar? Goes over.
What's the
fees?
Are the fees the same in every planet? Then I guess
I don't know. Every system.
Oh man, that'd be kind of weird.
That was one thing. I remember when we were in high school, we would hit up the Coinstar because we would just save change,
and we didn't really have a bank. I mean, I guess like early high school, like we had no bank account.
Oh yeah. Well, also too, when you would try to go to the bank, they always want to make things so hard on you. It's like, oh, fill out this slip. Oh, well, your change
didn't roll. So like, you had like shit. I was like, fuck.
Like, listen, lady, I'm trying to get some money to go buy some fucking dip at Chevron. Yeah. I'm not going to roll up a bunch of pennies and dimes. Can you just fucking give me $6
like
here?
Rolls? Like, where do I have to like buy the paper and like roll it myself? It's like, I'm gonna roll joints, not
roll pennies. Not a penny, lady. So the bank was just I
got rolling papers, but I don't know what's the one you want looking for.
Well, then I don't know if can hold a. But, so yeah, we would just hit up Coinstar.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'll take the 8.8% off the chin, tax off the chin, and just take it so I can get some cash.
I just found it so fascinating being, 16, 17 or whatever, that you could just dump all this money in and it could automatically tell you how much you had. I thought that was just so cool. And
it was cool.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, okay.
They still have those fucking things.
They do.
Yeah.
I think the kids, like most I see like either like kids like art, like when we were doing it, like pulling it in there, or like for some reason, like really old people, like they take back, like they like had like this big ass just like jar,
like they've been saving it for forever.
Yeah, it's like and I guess when I look at them, like I guess if I had that much like just change, like I'd probably just do the same thing.
Yeah, just to get rid of it,
because the bank is still a pain in the ass about it.
They still are, and then now when you go in, they're going to try to sell you something. It's like a sales pitch. Oh, do you want to?
Do you have a checking account? I guess. Or you were looking for a credit card too? No.
Well, we just
want a house because we can actually take over your mortgage.
You don't want a credit card? Perfect. There'll be one in the mail 7 to 10 days. Wells Fargo.
It'll be sent to my address too.
Yeah. I think change wise, I would be surprised if I had more than 265 and change on at my.
I had like a spot where it was like I always just throw it in my car.
Yeah,
and then like Zach was like,
he just grabs it one
I'm
day.
looking for change for the vending machine. Because it's the same.
Oh,
no matter how old
right.
we get, it's the same. They act the same at school. Like you go to the vending machines and like they eat the bullshit at school. So it's like I'm trying to get like a soda or something at school. I was like, go for it. Whatever changes in my truck, or you can have.
That's a good call. I have that. I have like a tray that I just put my.
That's all it was. It was just a tray. I would just throw it in there, and I never even looked at it. And he made like a bandit. He had like $8 in quarters. I didn't know. I was just throwing it in there. I never even looked.
It's a couple sodas right there. I'm to the point. If I see change, unless it's a quarter on the ground, I don't know. I can't be bothered to.
No.
Just what am I going to do with this? It's
not
dirty.
Unless it's like
put it in my pants.
Not unless it's like heads up. And I'm trying.
Obviously,
I'm trying to make a joke about having good luck or some shit. Then I just leave it. I just kick it.
Yeah. And I remember I think that's our parents' generation. That was something that, or at least I will still walk by change, and my mom will bend over and pick a penny up. I'm like, Mom, that probably cost you 5 cents of your time to pick up ones. And then she gets me with the penny saved, penny earned. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do with the penny saved, penny earned? You can't. There's no comeback from that. What are you going to do with the fucking penny?
I don't know.
I know.
Any thoughts?
Wishing well.
Maybe. Oh, there you go.
Now
that would be well spent.
Or when we go,
wish comes true.
That is true. Or one of those cool change cyclones, where you drop it in and it goes in a circle.
Okay, you can donate to the local Wildlife Foundation or something.
Yeah, St. Jude's.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
St. Jude's or something. Or
I've done that.
Yeah. Can use, or if you could take all your change to Vegas or Reno maybe, and don't they have? They usually play them like a Dave and Buster's, but it's with tokens.
Oh,
remember how they stack up and they're like falling off the edge?
Yeah.
And you throw you like put it in there, and if it slides it over, then you win whatever money falls out. So you could take your change there. But they play with real actual money there, I think, at Reno and Vegas at the casinos.
That's a good point. Yeah. So maybe I'll do it if I'm in Reno or Vegas. Well, first I'll have to ID one of those machines, and then I'll go.
And then grab it. Okay. So we'll need to get some. This will be a Chip and Cern offsite, like a planning,
a scout. Yeah,
scouting meeting.
Chip and Cern scouting.
Perfect. I think that'll work. Man, I haven't been to a casino in a while. You went for Joe's bachelor party?
Yes.
And you just played a little bit of blackjack, or were you?
This was pre-Omnicron, so.
Oh. Back in the Delta days.
Back in the Delta days, I was vaxxed. I was feeling okay about it.
Randy.
Wasn't feeling great, but I was feeling okay about it.
Yeah.
But so it's a good thing it happened before that. Yeah, I think it was a little blackjack, but nothing too much.
Yeah.
There was some heavy gambling going around me, and I could.
Honestly, it kind of spooks. It gets me too spooked. And
if I'm looking at somebody like,
it makes me too nervous. I got to step back.
Oh, a lot of the guys are going with the craps tables.
Oh boy.
For me, I everyone says you have to play it to understand it. I can't for the life of me, for whatever reason. I cannot understand craps, like playing the line, playing evens, playing odds. It's like, I don't know what the fuck. I probably would have to play. I've never actually played.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going in blind, but when I'm watching, I'm like, fuck. I don't know what they're doing.
You could just take what's a safe? Could you just bet on red? And that's safe.
So that's not like roulette. So it's a little different too, because it's like,
if
I ask Dana, he has one way of playing. But if I ask somebody else,
different strategy.
Gove, he was there. This guy's named Gove. He had a different way of playing. Dana didn't agree with that. And I was like, well, fuck. I don't know what the fuck. I mean,
craps is the dice. Where you roll the dice.
Yeah, you roll on the
no
table.
sevens.
Yeah. Snake eyes. Oh,
okay. Yeah. And then if someone's hot and then the money builds, right?
I think.
And then if you roll the 7 or whatever, then
I think the 7's good, but I think the snake eyes sucks.
Okay. But when it's building, here's what I would do. If it got to anywhere, let's just say I placed a $20 bet. If it got to be 100, I would just pull it all off the table.
I'm pulling it because he can't roll. He can't roll forever like that. No, I'm sorry. He's hot. It's hot. Okay.
Hot streak.
I know the odds. Let me just. Okay, that's not it. The odds are.
I know too much about the facts of gambling to continue too long at it. But it is fun, and we had a good time at way back at Dana's bachelor party.
It was
where we were
just talking about that.
I was bankrolling Joe and myself and
Brad?
Someone else too.
I think it was Brad.
I was extended fairly heavily at that table.
You got it back.
It was all house money, so it was fun.
But you got it back, bless him.
I did. But the way that Joe was playing with my money was, first of all, I was not approving. It was making me. I'm like, Joe, what are you doing?
We were just talking about that.
Relax.
Joe came over. We went around and we actually went to lunch. We ate some tacos and stuff. We were talking about that because they were like talking about. I don't even know how it came up, but we were talking about because we were close. We were right at 1 block away from the scene of the crime when you and I were attempting to troll Dana about the tap house,
Folsom Tap House,
and inadvertently sniped Joe. So the wives couldn't understand it. And I said, so here's the backstory is Joe had to go to a wedding. So we had walked over to the beer garden at Whole Foods and we're drinking a beer. And then Dana was talking to us about a tap house. But Chipper and I were in deep conversation about who fucking knows what, but we weren't listening to what Dana was saying. So then you would notice the signs that, oh shit, there's a tap house. And then Dana got bent out of shape about it because we weren't listening to him. And then hence a troll is born.
Yes.
So we were trolling him the whole day. I said, unfortunately, like Joe said, where you at? And I said, we're at the tap house because it was in the group message to get Dana. I was drunk and I forgot that there's an actual tap house that was on the other side of the town.
And Folsom's sprawling.
Yeah, so he was like, he drove to the other side of town and walked in.
Probably like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, but then it happened to see somebody that he knew. I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, my friend said they were here, but it doesn't look like it. So he had
I forgot about that.
Salt to the wound.
You made him look like he's like, oh, I'm here to meet Chip and Cern and Dana. And they're like, well, they're not here.
Yeah, nobody's here.
Now it just looks like a silly goose.
So he had to walk out with the walk of shame out to his car. So he was fuming. And then he said, he's like, was pulling in the parking lot and I see Chipper waving his arms, laughing it up. And I thought I could run these fucking idiots over. He's like, they broke me. He goes, they broke me. I usually don't get broken, but they broke me. I was so mad. And then I was walking up and then somebody said something. It was like, Brad said you had a fresh prison pussy. He goes, yeah, Chipper's cackle just set me over the edge. I thought I could beat the shit out of you guys.
Honestly, I think that whole scenario and scene was some of the hardest laughing that I have ever done in my entire life.
Because he got
doubled over.
Yeah, he got played, and it wasn't even he wasn't even the intended. Like we were just making fun of Dana. Like we were just poking fun at Dana.
Yeah,
and we didn't even think about there was like an actual tap house. But it was on the direct opposite side of town where we were actually at. And the end of the text, Tony, remember, because Tony had showed up like really late. He's like, I know you're not drunk with these idiots. Where are you guys?
I remember Joe walking up and he just had like the way he was walking and his cadence and just his look. You can tell he was pissed.
He was really mad.
And he was like, I almost ran you fuckers over with my car.
And I think it was the best because like, hey, can we get a ride? Can we get a ride back to the hotel? And he said no, which I think we asked knowing he was already so mad at us.
Right. It was
just like just this little cherry on top, and he like drove off, and we had to walk all the way back to the hotel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. We had it was it was
not that far, but it wasn't that far, but it was just
taking the ride. That's for sure. And we, I believe that's when we scored a couple free. This is pre-COVID times, people. Some ladies left their wine glasses.
I drank them.
The 3/4 full, and I don't know. I'll walk over a penny, but I'm not going to pass up a free glass of wine. That's
that's worth more than a penny.
Slugging that thing right down. So it went right down the hatch.
And that was shared too. It's like, why would you do that? I was like, I don't know. I mean, it was pre-COVID, so.
Now that seems like such a.
I didn't see any visible herpes on the mouth or anything, so it was free game.
Did we? when they were leaving, did we be like, "Are you going to finish that?" Did we?
Yeah, we did do that.
And I wish I could say that was the only time I've eaten or drinking from strangers' drinks or food.
Yeah, but no, you and I both have done that.
Yeah,
that's
only together though. Only together.
Yeah, only together. It's like
we do this.
One convinces the other. Either I do it or you do it. It's like, you think we should? Like, yeah, I think that's okay.
I mean, that's the thing when you're boozing is that everything just starts to sound like a really great idea.
Yeah, even it's the dumbest idea. If your friend's like, do you think we should just, drink off this homeless man's drink? I'm like, yeah, I don't see the harm in that. Okay, sure. I'll take a swig. You take a swig.
Yeah. I've never had Mickey's before, but I'm willing to try it now. Or a still reserve.
Now this is partially true. I say that. Remember in New York, the weird homeless guy with the bag with the
tennis ball.
Yeah, the tennis.
Is he
ball.
homeless?
Yes, we drunk off his goddamn beer that he ordered.
Oh, fuck. And this was this whole New York situation. One, it's 15 years ago at this point, nearly.
Yeah,
probably 10 years. It's legitimately 10 years ago at least. Right?
Oh, yeah, we're going on. So we were 21. So it's 13 years. 13 years, exact.
So we're old, one.
Yeah.
Two, 14. The whole thing's a little bit fuzzy. Not because it was so long ago, but there was rarely time of sobriety on the whole thing.
Yeah. It's how I'm drunk and stayed here.
And I believe, from what I've been told, this guy had a tennis ball that he claimed it was hit from like
John McEnroe.
John McEnroe.
So he sat down at our table. We were drinking at Rudy's. Remember the bar with
they had a
duct tape on the fucking seats.
Pig out front, like a Porky the Pig looking statue.
Irish Reds. We were drinking Irish
Red. That's when we really got hooked on Guinness. We were on a Guinness kick after the New York trip. And this was the fucking diviest of dives. Red faux leather.
And it was it was pretty close to Times Square, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
Or it was like Greenwich Village, I thought.
Yeah, something. It was somewhere where it was like, oh, this is area.
Yeah. And this place just duct tape seats, like Cerny was saying, just a fucking jukebox, dim lights. This guy pops out this tennis ball.
I don't know why he came and sat with us. I don't know what he was doing.
Probably
he came over. It's like was talking. Like, I think we were just having a good time. And he like wanted to come over and I think he remember. So this was the time, if you remember, Chip, when we would get drunk, and Chip for some reason would have to argue with somebody that was like came over with us about something.
You argue with my thing?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't like a thing, but you would like get into a discussion about something. Right? I don't know what it was, and I think it was like he had said, "I have a tennis ball from John McEnroe." And I think I was like, "Oh, okay." Like we was just kind of pass him off. Yeah, he said, like, "No, you don't." Right?
I wasn't gonna take.
He says, "I do," and he like pulled out this fucking Wilson, like it was like out of the goddamn case, like he like pulled it right out. And you said, "You just bought that at Walmart, right?" Some shit. I was like, because I remember, like, I think it was Tony was like, "Why did he have to argue with us?" I don't know.
I think I grabbed it from him.
Yeah, you did.
He didn't like that.
I think he walked away and he left his beer. That's when we just said, "Oh, you know what? Let's take a hit."
Oh,
Christ. I think that's when we all took a hit. Well, Chip and Cern took a hit.
Yeah, Tony probably not.
No.
Highly doubtful.
No way.
He did get pretty. That was again the most ripped up I've ever seen Tony. In my
that was. He was actually throwing up. I was like, "Whoa!" Usually that's us.
Shoes on the other foot now, huh, bud? And then we, in Jamaica, Queens, we gave somebody 10 or $20 at 3 or 4 in the morning to drive through McDonald's to get us some cheeseburgers or something. And we're like, well,
where's feed it drunk to Tony?
We're trying to feed it to Tony as he's ralphing in the garbage can.
Yeah.
And we knew there was probably an 80% chance that they were just going to take.
Like we
just paid for their dinner.
A huge chance they come back, but they did. They came through,
which was cool. And then we walked back.
That's the smack deal.
Yeah, back to our hotel that had a bullet hole in the elevator, and
yeah, that's right.
Back to our supremely clogged toilet that I had clogged up.
Yeah, we were
Carnegie Deli. You're just such fucking tools.
Yeah. You know what? I think about when you have kids that get older and they start doing stuff. I was like, and you start thinking back, like, oh, yeah. My God, the situations that we put ourselves in. There's not a chance in hell I would do that today, but back then, you don't think anything of it.
Let's go with.
There's that weird town car guy that's hanging out in the fucking alley in San Francisco. I'll pay you $20 cash if we get pulled over. I won't know who you are. It's like,
what do you say?
Get pulled over.
Out and run.
Yeah, it's a riot act. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but hey, we made it. We're here today.
Yeah, I know.
Here
today to bring the funny,
just like we do every week, every goddamn week.
Yeah.
Okay, Cern, we did it again. We done it. We're vaxxed to the max. You and I are vaxxed to the max.
Can't get any more vaxxed.
The thing now.
Ice vaxxed to the max?
Yeah. Everybody's vaxxed to the max. The thing now I'm reading about is Omicron is ultra contagious. You need the N95 mask.
Oh, I did see that too.
Yeah. So
unfortunately,
I just ordered a bunch on Amazon. They're very hard to come by.
I'd order mine before this had happened because when I pour resin, it gets off fumes. So I like to put a mask on.
Nice.
So I have a bunch.
And this, I actually know this for a fact because I looked this up today. There's KN95 and there's N95. And the difference between the two, they still block 95% of the particles I was reading. Okay. They're both effective. N95 is approved for medical use in the United States. KN95 is approved in China for medical use.
Okay.
So they still have the same levels of protection. So if you see a KN95 or an N95, same level of protection. But I think you're going to need to step it up from the other, the disposable kind of like the other ones that everyone's been.
Yeah. So I agree. So I'll be having to share some of my breasts and stuff.
Maybe you can bust it out on Facebook. Throw a five pack of masks together, $50.
Yeah, supply and demand, baby.
Blood money. I saw there was some report that was like, the feds busted someone who had been just stockpiling masks and selling them for 700% markup on.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. I was like, what a piece of shit.
What a fucking asshole. I'm like, wait, this is what pharmaceutical industry is doing.
Yeah.
So, but legally,
these are the people that like essentially like, what a fucking greaseball, and then they'll go back like, socialism is the worst. Capitalism is the way to go. Like,
yeah, right. He was, yeah. Well, we might want to walk back some of those statements because
I'm with you on, not pure socialism, not pure capitalism. Nothing is great to the extreme, but I said, but maybe we get a little mix going.
And you know what? We've been trying this one way out for a really long time, and it's not working. It's working great for like 30 people.
Not working. I mean, Elon Musk will tell you it's great. Bezos will tell you it's great.
Fucking
Buffett, they'll all tell you.
Buffett, they love
it. Fucking tastic. Actually, Buffett doesn't say that, but
yeah,
the first two
Gates?
examples would. Oh yeah, Gates. Yeah, this is great.
All these hedge fund managers and all that jazz, but yeah. Well, we got to go horns up again.
Horns are always up.
They're always up. Now the Seahawks, there's not even a thin chance in hell to
the regular season's done. They're done.
Well,
so it's all over.
It's
all postseason from here on out.
Okay. Well, I think Seahawks finishing with the win against the powerhouse. That's the Arizona.
That was great.
But the Rams, a nice little help for the Rams. The hashtag
home field advantage.
Hashtag Ramley. A home field advantage is good. I do. Do you take exception with your quarterback's beard facial hair situation? I found it was disgusting me.
I mean,
it's like the flesh beard thing going on. It's
I would go clean shaven. I mean, at some point, just give it up.
Yeah.
I mean, John Madden famously was clowning on Troy Aikman for trying to grow a beard and couldn't.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Just give it up. At some point, you just got to give it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's as old as we are. So
I think if you're in your 30s, you know if you're physically able to grow a beard or not.
Yeah, your prime growing beard days are not ahead of you. So if what you got is what you got. If you can't do it, then might as well just shave it off.
Just shave it off. Same thing with the hair. If you got the ball thing or receding,
might as well
throw the towel. Just go for the buzz. It
is what it is. My hair is obviously. I mean, it's a great pod, but it's not coming in thick anymore. But so I mean, and
you got it nice and short. You got it like a two, three clipper on there.
Girls like to. Like, what happens if you go bald? I said, well, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. Well, I feel someone told me once that because I had the ability to grow a beard, and not just a beard, but rather majestic red beard somehow, that I should just do it, just because I have the ability to do it. But
so for Cern,
no,
that's Chipper. I could grow a beard in
6 hours.
Yeah, it'll be wild. I can grow a beard, so that the hair on my face can grow better than the top of my head.
Have you ever had a proper?
No.
Let it go for 2 weeks at all?
The longest I've let it go was like 5 days. And I got the shit comment from the other ones. Like, what are we doing?
Hold on. Time out. What's going on here?
Yeah. What are we doing? When's the last time you take a shower? You just want to shave. It's like shower and I'll shave.
Oh, yes.
When's the last time you take a shower? It's like, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Well, what's going on with the face? I don't know what's going on.
Is it still the rule at your work that you can't rock?
No. They've long gone.
Yeah.
There's some wild ass fucking beards at work now. I've seen them.
Yeah. Nice. I did the thing. I mean, you kind of the same thing. You don't know because you're shaving on a regular basis, but I'll go a week without shaving, and it's like, kind of got this like cool stubble look that's in, but then all of a sudden, like the next morning, it's like it looks like a beard all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I gotta shave this. So it's always fun, and I've always enjoyed doing this. You try out different facial hairs. Let me see what the mutton chops would look like. So you kind of shave into the mutton chops. What does a goatee look like, or what does sideburns look like?
Now, remember, I used to have the long sideburns. I used to be called Wolverine.
I do remember that, yeah.
They were
all the way down. Yeah,
way down.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
And then, so I went into the bathroom and I shaved up half my face. So I had a beard on half and then half.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
It took probably 30 minutes for people inside the house. We're sitting around the table playing a game. We're all looking at each other for people to realize that half my face was shaved. I don't know what that means, but maybe they're not paying attention.
Looking at you.
Yes, they're looking through me, probably. Anywho, another episode in the books. Rams are going to have
What's up, Ramley?
Season. Niners, probably some catastrophic.
You know what? If any Niner fans don't want to Just air it out. ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Fire that Gmail.
Just fire it off. There's no hard feelings. Unless your name is Dana or Joe. Then I have super hard feelings against you, Dana.
Feelings are very hard.
No, not really though. Yeah. But ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And you know where to find us. But until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.